Okay, here's Revelations chapter 18 in the American Standard Version. After these things I saw another angel coming down out of heaven, having great authority, and the earth was lightened with glory. And he cried with a mighty voice, saying, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, and has become a habitation of demons. Habitation means a state or process of living in a particular place. Habitation. A place in which to live, a house or home. Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, and is become a home of demons, a habitation of demons, and a hold of every unclean spirit, and a hold of every unclean and hateful bird. What's hold as a noun? A large space at the upper part. No, a large space in the lower part of a ship or aircraft in which cargo is stored. I don't know if that's exactly what it means. Let's see, there's footnotes. Let's see. Prison. Okay. After these things I saw another angel coming down out of heaven, having great authority, and the earth was enlightened with his glory. And he cried with a mighty voice, saying, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, and is become a habitation of demons, and a prison of every unclean spirit, and a prison of every unclean and hateful bird. Are they comparing spirits to birds? I guess birds fly in the heavens. The heavens are like the spirit world. For by the wine of the wrath of her fornication all the nations are fallen, and the kings of the earth committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth waxed rich by the power of her wantonness. Waxed rich. Waxed. Get bigger, increase, enlarged. By the power of her wantonness. Wantonness means let's see, deliberate and unprovoked, of a cruel or violent action. Deliberate and unprovoked. Sexual immodesty or promiscuity, especially of a woman. Wanton, okay. Archaic, that means they don't use it that way anymore. Growing profusely. Luxuriant. Lively, playful. Okay. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come forth, my people, out of her, that ye have no fellowship with her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. What? We're talking about the angels of God giving plagues. Now they're talking about her giving plagues. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come forth, my people, out of her, that ye have no fellowship with her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. Okay. Maybe the plagues are coming to her, going to be placed on her by God. Okay. For her sins have reached even unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Render unto her even as she rendered, and double unto her the double according to her works. In the cup which she mingle unto her double. How much soever she glorified herself and waxed wanton, so much give her of torment and mourning. For she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen, and am no widow. and shall in no wise see mourning. Therefore in one day shall her plagues come, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judged her. And the kings of the earth who committed fornication and lived wantonly with her shall weep and wail over her when they look upon the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Woe, woe, the great city of Babylon, the strong city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. I sit as a queen and am no widow, and shall see no wise, and shall in no wise see mourning. I thought people have taught that it was the Roman Catholic Church that claims that she sits as a queen, but this is talking about Babylon. So this isn't the harlot of the previous chapter, chapter 17. This is chapter 18, talking about Babylon. Woe, woe, the great city of Babylon, the strong city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thyine wood. Thyine wood is a 15th century English name for wood made from the tree known botanically as Tetraclinus articulata. Okay. In all thine cyanine wood. I wonder how you pronounce that. Let's see if I can make the computer pronounce that. Thymine or thymine. Okay, thymine or thymine. Okay, where's my place here? And all thine wood, and every vessel of ivory, and every vessel made of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and spice and incense and ointment and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and cattle and sheep and merchandise of horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And the fruits which thy soul lusted after are gone from thee, and all things that were dainty and sumptuous are perished from thee, and men shall find them no more at all. The merchants of these things who were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and mourning, saying, Woe, woe, the great city, she that was arrayed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, decked with gold and precious stone and pearl, for in 1 hour so great riches is made desolate. And every shipmaster and every one that saileth any whither, and mariners, as many as gained their living by sea, stood afar off and cried out as they looked upon the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like the great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and mourning, saying, Woe, woe, the great city, wherein all that had their ships in the sea were made rich by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Rejoice sounds like trade by sea, by ocean, by ships, by vessels is coming to an end. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye saints, and ye apostles, and ye prophets, for God hath judged your judgment on her. And a strong angel took up a stone, as it were a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with a mighty fall shall Babylon the great city be cast down, and shall be found no more at all. I'd like to know if anybody knows the connections or can research the connections between Babylon and the ocean, or seafaringness, or trade. Thus, with a mighty fall shall Babylon the great city be cast down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and minstrels and flute players and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft shall be found any more at all in thee. And the voice of a mill shall be heard no more at all in thee. The light of a lamp shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the princes of the earth, for with thy sorcery were all the nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of saints and of all that have been slain upon the earth. Why does it say that not just the blood of the prophets and the saints, but all that have been slain upon the earth? And why does it say with the sorcery? If this is like the monetary kingdom, why does it say the sorcery? For with thy sorcery were all the nations deceived. And why does it say the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more in thee at all? Because the trade world is not really known for marriage. And not only that, it doesn't seem like ancient Babylon with its horrid customs were really adherents of marriage.